Hi, and welcome to another edition of PraxHacks, where we try to help you do your best on these high stakes tests. This current series is focusing on the Praxis 5723, which is the writing test for teachers. And we have other series available, so be sure and check those out. But this particular video and several in this series are, again, focusing on that writing test. Today, we're going to talk about time versus value. And by value, I mean point value in your total score versus that time that they're going to give you to take that test. But first, today, we'd like to thank our sponsor, which is Upside. It is an app free to download and pays you back for every gas purchase and some food purchases that you might make. If you use that code that they have for us, it is UWVQ4. You will get an extra 15 cents off or 15 cents back on your first fill up, and that's 15 cents per gallon plus whatever offer they currently have. The best thing I think about Upside is you're getting money back that goes someplace else if you don't take it, and you still get to claim your points or rewards or whatever from your favorite gas station. So I highly recommend download Upside and get more money back in your pocket. Again, us teachers need that money. So first, if we get started, I want to break down and compare the time that you're going to spend on something versus the amount of points that it's going to be worth, so that you fully understand that. It's important because with this writing test, you've got a whole bunch of multiple choice questions dealing with things like grammar and punctuation. And then you have these two essays, or as they say, constructive responses. So looking at this slide, you got a total of 42 questions for this writing test. 40 of those questions are termed selected response. A selected response is the new fancy way of saying multiple choice, because it's literally the same thing. But you have 40 of these selected response questions, and then you have two constructed responses or two essays. I like to think of essays better, for that total of 42 questions. For that 42 questions, you're allotted 100 minutes. However, it is broken down so that you only have 40 minutes for those 40 selected response questions. So you got to be quick, 1 minute per question of these multiple choice questions. And then you get 30 minutes per essay, or 30 minutes per constructed response. So 40 and 60 give you that 100 minutes. One of the tricky things about this is you've got to do the multiple choice first, and then the system will let you get in and do those constructed responses or essays. So you're not going to, if you take too much time on the multiple choice, it's only going to affect that section of the test, versus, because then it will shut off and then you'll have to go and do the constructed response or the essays. So you don't have to worry about that so much, but we're going to talk a little bit more about time here in just a couple minutes, because I want to break down the point values of these different types of questions, because it's really important. It's really a good thing to keep in mind. The text types, purposes, and production. I'm here in this first column. Notice that category is 60% of your grade. So you probably, the question is, you look across, oh, there's only 6 to 12 questions, and that's 60% of your grade. Yes, because what that includes is those 2 essays. So of that, as little as 6 questions, 2 of them are those essays, which are weighted so much. And then the rest of those questions that are multiple choice that are actually worth more are the questions that have to deal with writing essays. You'll see usually there's some multiple choice questions, usually towards the end, that ask things about which of the following is the best example of a thesis statement, or which of the following would be a good conclusion, or of the following, which is the most persuasive type of essay. Those, I'm going to say, questions about essays fit into this category and are worth more points. Now, I want to jump down then to that last row, language, research skills, and research skills for writing. That's only worth 40% of your grade. Okay, take that in for a minute. As many as 28, or as few as 28, or as many as 34 questions is only 40% of your grade. That means, each one of those or each one of those multiple choice questions that you, as you might be struggling over, each one of those is only worth 1%. So don't, in my words of wisdom, don't worry about those too much. Again, they're only worth 1% versus those essays that are worth literally almost 60%. And they're those 2 essays combined, 60% of your grade. Going to the next slide. Longer is better. So when you come to those essays, and it's the last part of the test you got to do, everybody really just wants to write a couple sentences and be done and get it over with, and so they can leave. Don't take that risk. You're looking to write 2 good essays. You've got 30 minutes to do so. And you want to give it your best shot. You want to take all 30 minutes. And in that 30 minutes, write really well developed essays that answer whatever the prompt is. Back in the old days when these were paper and pencil, I would have said you want to fill up the space. Currently, there's no limit of the space, so you want to write as much as possible. Back when I was a scorer, if I came to an essay and it was really short, I knew almost immediately just by looking at it that it wasn't going to be more than a 3. It might even be a 2. You don't want to be in that range. You want to be a 4 or better, and to get a score like that, it better be a longer essay. I know there's videos out there that tell you not to worry about the length, and I'm here to tell you they're wrong because they weren't scorers. I was a scorer, so you want that longer essay. Give your scorer at least 3 paragraphs, if not 5 paragraphs, to read per essay. Again, you got 30 minutes to write it. Use that whole 30 minutes. I know you're tired when you take this, but still, give it your best shot. How are you going to give it your best shot? First of all, know the material. There's lots of sources out there. There's lots of sample tests. I highly recommend our book, which I'll is in the link below. With our book, you do have the material, talks about the essays. You have some sample prompts. Knowing those possible prompts really will help you, and working with sample prompts, writing good essays. Time yourself. If you know you're going to have a 30-minute limit, try writing a good essay in 30 minutes. Reduce anxiety as much as possible. Relax, get a good night's sleep. All the tricks that you know to help yourself reduce anxiety, and practice, practice, practice. You want to practice writing those essays within the given time, and then at least maybe give yourself a little bit of time to go back and proofread. And I'll talk about that more in another video. But again, another good source we're going to recommend is our book, PraxHack's Praxis Core 5723. It's available on Amazon. Try to get it picked up, and we will help you some more on that. Again, look for other videos. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit the like, and share with your friends. If you've got friends trying to pass these Praxis tests, make sure to give them our link and help them out as well. That will conclude our session for today, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks.